What's poppin'? It's your girl DJ T.O. SheSoDope. We talking music, money, motherhood, and all things in between. And today I got somebody that embodies all of that, literally.
Yes.
All of that. Worldwide at this point, not even local. Don't even put that on her. Show some respect. Street poet.
Yes.
Street poet. Yes. We going by street poet, right?
Hey, man, I'm forever street poet.
Okay, forever street poet. You know, that's the dopest name for one. So don't ever take that. But your real name is also Laroy Hall.
Right. Which is even doper because my real name means king.
That's
so
what
everybody
She
tried to figure out why was I saying she king, but I was saying she king because my name means king. And I'm a female. But of course, when my mom named me, she wasn't thinking about what the name was. My dad's name is Roy. And she wanted to name me after him. So I became Laroy. And so is she king because I'm a female king.
And that's just how things are supposed to happen.
Exactly.
And that is your biological name. That is at birth,
name.
Your mama named you Leroy. Because I remember we talked about that one day way back when. And it was like, you know, people thought because you thought like maybe you changed your name or something. It's like, no, this is what my mama named.
This is what my mama have been calling me a king since birth.
And look at it manifesting. Come on, mama. Come on,
yeah,
mama.
She knew what she was doing, man. Shout out to the Reverend.
Mama from birth started this. So, of course, street poet. I met you at street poet. And this is probably in 2000.
Ooh. It's been a long time.
I'm not gonna age it. It's been a little minute.
It's been a long time.
I met street poet, the rapper, spoken word artist.
Yes.
And I was amazed. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm still amazed. But a lot of people don't know street poet, the rapper, and the spoken word artist. So how did we get from, I'm full of watch me tell you club? How did we? And that's for the people who don't know that, they gonna have to Google that. Google fool up. But how do we go from there to now world-renowned motivational speaker, influencer?
Man, I'm going to say this. Like, spoken word poetry is my passion. That's my first love. Like, that's why when you say, street poet, I'm going to always be street poet. Even when I'm doing motivational speaking, I come out, I do some spoken word. I still get asked to come to certain spoken word engagements as well. Like, I'm never going to give that up. But as far as the music portion, only reason why I was doing music in the beginning, music is not really a thing of mine.
Really?
All right, no.
The
only reason why I was doing music is because there was no real appreciation for spoken word. And because I
put a little music behind it, and now I can give it to you.
So what happened was I wanted to go to the open mics. I wanted to be able to do spoken word. I wanted to be able to show them how they actually go together. And this is going to be funny. I had to trick Venom into allowing me to be able to perform at one of her engagements when I came out here. She didn't want to rock with me.
What?
Yeah, and she's a dope poet.
Yeah.
But she wasn't trying to rock with me. She was like, nah, you can't perform here. This ain't about spoken word. This is for rappers.
So to prove yourself, like,
so,
all right.
One day I showed up because I kept coming back. I came back every week with the hopes that people wouldn't show up so that I could spit. So then luckily I came back one day. It was an open. I signed my name on the thing. I'm up on the stage. I'm already going.
Before she could say no this time. Too late.
That's how Venom and that's how our relationship started.
And see, I love the fact that a lot of people, especially now, these new entrepreneurs, these new influencers, new age, nobody, that consistency, that persistent, they don't have that. Like, I mean, especially the younger generation, like, why is it not happening for me? I did a video, I put it up there once, and it didn't work, so I'm going to move on to something else. But you showed up for free. Every night. Like, let's do this.
Every Thursday night that she had something, I showed up for free until I was able to get on stage, right? And once I came in, I done that. It was a rapper out here at that time. His name was Lil Broad. And Broad came to every spoken word show. Headhunters was a really big label back then when I was coming out, and Broad was like, yo, you got to put some beats behind this. You know what I mean? Your words, your lyrics, how you spit. And that's how my name transitioned from being just poet to be street poet, because he was like, you hood with it, and it's like you spit at a rhythm that can go on beats. Like, I mean, it was just like he was gone with the person that I was. And then that's how Fool Up came.
Nobody tried to change it, just adjust. Okay.
Yeah.
So we started, all right, street poet, now we're artists.
Right.
And then you went into promotions.
Yes.
So how did that come about?
I'm gonna tell you the truth about it is this. I went out to a couple of clubs here in Columbia, and LGBT clubs to be exact. And going out, I noticed that the security that they would hire would be security that would beat on the LGBT community, put them in the hospital. They were very rude and disrespectful. We were inside a venue with no running water. The alcohol that they had wasn't real, so people were getting sick. They were getting beat on. Club colors. And they the environment itself was strictly around the money that they could make. Yeah. And they were more concerned about making the money and not about the safety of the community. And so what I done was I went to a guy, his name was Lindbergh at the time, he had 360. And I said, and my girlfriend at the time, she was real close with him. And I said, I want to throw an event. And, God is amazing, first and foremost. So nobody know me from Columbia. I'm from Rock Hill. I come out to Columbia, and nobody's thinking that this is going to pack out because nobody knows you, and why would they come to your party? Yeah. But again, I went to the job I was working at. I made all these paper-made flyers off the paper that they had there.
Wow.
I done ran up the ink, baby. You feel me? So I done did all this. I'm out at Walmart putting on flyers, everywhere that there was a car, I'm putting it up.
You were your own street team.
I was my own street team at that time. Matter of fact, it was me and my wife, me and Mahogany. Wow. Me and Mahogany Alicia knew Lindbergh, but me and Mahogany were still together. So Mahogany came out. Everything that I do, we did together. Built it together. So went out, passed out all the flyers, we packed it out. I had so many people in 360. They were scared. They was on top of the pool tables. Lindbergh said, "Oh my God, you told me it was gonna be 1 or 2." It was about 400, 500 people up in that building.
And I bet you ain't had no problem.
No problem at all. I mean, they drunk up the bar. We had a blast, man. And from that point on, I would throw an event.
So even to today, if Street Poet's name on a flyer is, and I can attest to that because I've DJed personally.
Yeah, exactly.
I never once worried about, is it gonna be a crowd?
Oh yeah.
Am I gonna get paid? Is it gonna be fine? I never had to worry about that, and that it's just crazy to me. I have a couple DJ friends who they hesitant, especially the guys.
Right.
Oh, why you doing colors? Why not? They party like you party like. So it was just dope that you had your own vibe. You didn't wait on another promoter or owner to put something together for y'all, and that's amazing. But
I'm a firm believer in that though. I feel like you're gonna have the life that you create. Right. And I feel like, why wait on somebody to create a lane for you when you could create your own lane? And not only that, my whole entire life, from the time I was 15, 16 years old, I've always been told what I can and I can't do. And I made a decision even then to prove everybody wrong.
So 16-year-old Laroy at this point, we're not street poet yet. What was it? What were you doing or wanting to do? And it was like, nah, you can't do that. Just live. Just be you.
I wanted to live. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Coming from my family where my dad was a murderer, a drug dealer, you feel me? Known in the community of, just being self-destructive. My mom wasn't around. Her fear of him put a wall in between us because we were with him, right? So now I don't have my mother, my father's now in jail. Right? My grandmother's not old enough. I mean, she's so old at this point, she can't really look after us. So what I had to do was I had to make a decision, right? Yeah. Is either you're going to stay in this house and starve to death, or live in here and eventually end up in foster care or something like that. And what I done was I started working at Hardee's and at Eckers. And I would walk back and forth to each one. And I would put in my backpack the uniform for the next job. And I saved up the money to get enough money to get into Willow Gray Opportunity School over here in Columbia off of Airport. And I had a fake ID. I had somebody make me a fake ID to show that I was 18. At the time, I was only 16. But I studied enough to know that I could pass the GED if they would give it to me. But they wasn't giving it at that time at 16. So I got the Willow Gray. I went through the classes. I got my GED. And by the time they found out that I wasn't the age that I was, the dean of the school, shout out Dean Haney at that time, you know what I mean, was like, yeah, she didn't work too hard for me to send her back.
Yeah, at this point, you're done.
So at this time, contrary to what everybody believed, man, it was a white lady that put her whole life on the line for me. I was living at the dorm.
Wow.
Up under her, like basically, like you work this hard to get out of that environment and you want to be something, show me you want to be something.
So speaking of, you got out of that environment.
Yep.
That's Rock Hill.
Yep.
You started as Streetport in Columbia, and
Right.
everything just kind of escalated from
Yeah.
there. So did you go back home at all to like?
Nah.
Never got that love back home.
I went back home. The only time that I went back home was when my sister tricked me. I was here in Columbia, and she had just had my niece Aaliyah, who is still missing right now. She had Aaliyah, and she said, "I need you to come and go to court with me." So I went down there to go to court with her. And when I went to go to court with her, she didn't tell me that she was about to turn herself in. She was facing time.
Wow.
So here I am, now officially 18, really just now getting the help of somebody else and really trying to get my life on track. I became an instant parent of a 3-week-old baby.
Wow. That is crazy. I didn't know that. And I you did touch on your niece. I don't want to skip over that. Your niece Aaliyah, she went missing back in
2014.
14. Still missing. No
Still
leads on that. No,
Still
just
nothing.
like family don't know what happened or
Nobody knows nothing.
That's
Like, she's
crazy.
just gone.
And at the time she was with family when it happened, right? So
right.
it
She was
kinda-
leaving my uncle's house and on her way going back to her godmother's house.
Okay. So and you still have all that information on
Oh,
your
yeah.
page
Oh, yeah.
everywhere. Like so if anybody
Everywhere.
ever gets any leads or anything, they can definitely reach out
Most
to you.
definitely. If anybody hear anything, most definitely, yeah. So I ended up with Aaliyah. And so it was just she and I. My sister was locked up for about 3 or 4 years at that time. So I ended up spending that time there in Rock Hill because I had my niece. And, of course, I needed the support of, my family members that was there. And after she came back, she got her back, and, man.
Now
back
it's
then,
your time, like live my life for me.
I mean,
Okay.
at that time I had my son as well too, but it was a little bit different because me and him, you have to know our relationship. Like that's my best friend. That's why, you know what I mean?
Y'all look just like too. I
Man, I know, right? I had like the perfect version of me.
Yeah, like it's literally
I
a
think
boy.
it's so dope. And then our birthdays are like 7 days apart.
Wow.
Yeah,
mini
man.
me for real.
Yeah, for real.
And I
for real.
remember when I first found out you had a son, because I didn't know at first.
Yeah.
You keep that part kind of like to yourself. You don't put that fully out there at the time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do too much right now because I go to jail or hell about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would too.
Yeah, like I ain't playing about that guy.
Yeah.
That's me right now.
And so when I found out, I was like, Streetport, I got a son. And I couldn't believe, like, you had him. That's your son.
I carried him whole 9, like that's my boy.
Oh man, that's so dope. So how does he fit into, how do you balance this now? He's grown now.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
he's 20. He's
doing his
24.
own
You know
thing.
what? It's perfect. You know what I mean? I never had a problem with him like trying to adjust to my life or understand my life because, like I said, I've always been open. I've always been honest. I've always been transparent. So, with him, this is just what it is. This is what it is. I got 2 moms and hey, whatever.
And he understood that. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah,
probably,
man. He's been
you know how
understanding.
kids can be, but
Nah.
he's been good.
Nah, if you was around my son growing up, even though he has a dad, like my son got a daddy. I ain't do no sperm donor or nothing like that. My son got somebody that I'm gonna drop
the
off
original
to.
way.
Right, yeah. I'm gonna drop him off to you. Don't play with me about that's how that man so glad Josh 18. He happy. Woo!
I'm done.
What?
I'm done.
Boy, I'm telling
I don't
you
gotta
right
deal
now.
with you no more.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then what the crazy thing is, I'm the only baby mother that he really is still in love with.
Oh wow.
To this day, he teases my son like, I only love your mama.
So were y'all in a relationship?
No.
Because I think you told me y'all were like really good
We were
friends.
never in a relationship. We're really just really good friends. We both wanted a child. Josh was definitely planned. He already know this. I already know this. But the dude was still like, after I had and did what I did with him, he was ready to kick down my door about anybody. I'm not yours. You not mine.
You know what? I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying
But he
typically the
just
men would say you got that you got that whippersnapper if you done made him fall in love.
Man, it was but you can look at the child and tell who done all the work.
Yeah.
Because that's me right there.
That man can't let go.
Yeah, here we are. The boy is 25 years old. Turned 25 yesterday, and this dude is still having conversations with my son about me and him. Like, yo, please, sir, let it go. But yeah, like, you know what I mean? He has his dad. He knows that he can go see his dad, be around his dad, and all of that, and it's absolutely no problem. But if you was to ask him who he want to be like, he's still gonna say my mama.
That's my shero. That's my
he's
hero.
still gonna be like, I want to be like my mama. When he do things, he like, I want to hustle like my mama. I want to work like my
That's
mama.
understandable.
You know what I
You
mean?
a hustler. Like I like from
Yeah.
jump when I met you. Like I said, artist, promoter, and now
Yeah.
you know in 2023 here we are on tours.
Yeah.
like just completely not music no more. But like you said, that wasn't really a passion.
That really wasn't,
So,
yeah, it really wasn't my thing. It was just catchy. It was what everybody, was on, and I had to do what I needed to do to get in.
And then now we here. So
Yeah.
how did we go from doing videos in the car, at the house, or wherever to just more and more views? People booking you now, like just the consistency, or I know it's the message because but from jump you had a way of speaking that like demanded attention. I don't know if you realize
that's that spoken word part of me.
And that's what's crazy because when I first found out you were doing motivational speaker, I said it fits. Like it made all the sense in the world.
That's that spoken word part of me. When you're a spoken word artist, you're gonna be going into some venues where you might not have a mic, right? It's just an open room. You got some incense, some candles, and people sitting around everywhere, and you got to be able to speak and project it all over the place. So shout out to Charlotte Slam Team, Atlanta Slam Team, New York Slam Team, all of these people I traveled and trained with. Right. So in the process of that, I learned how to speak and project. I learned how to grab people's attention. Like if it's a group of people talking at the bar, I walk to the bar. I stand in between the conversation. Why? I respect the mic.
Yeah.
Respect the person that's talking.
You don't hear me?
Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, I learned all those skills and those techniques from being a spoken word artist.
That's dope. That's dope. So now we on the road, like probably city to city. I was shocked when you was like, man, I got one day. One day since I'm in town.
On the wing in the prayer. It's
all the stars aligned for me.
It did.
So if people don't know, you clearly are big time, but we've known each other for a long time. Like we go very back. And so when I hit you, there was no like, hey, talk to Mahogany, talk to Josh, no talk to management, assistant, nobody. It was like, yeah, I could be there. What time, what day? So, and then, you get here, you tell me like, I don't normally do this.
Nah, I don't.
About that bag. So please tell Mahogany I apologize. I'm gonna send her a bottle. I don't want to mess up the checks.
Yeah.
But that says a lot about you. Like the level you at now.
Yeah.
You just, what I'm saying? Everybody don't do that.
Well, it's the difference between me and other people is I'm not motivated by money. That's just like when you was talking a minute ago and you was saying something about, getting to the bag. And I said, nah, like everything about me is not about money, right? A person that is only moved by money for the right price, even people that are with them, they'll cross. So I'm not easily swayed by money. My soul's not for sale. And not only that, my employer is Christ. So there's nothing that you could physically give me that he can't already provide for me.
Facts.
Right? So I don't have to run from check to check and take every assignment and stuff like that. No, I move off loyalty though. And I rock with people that have rocked with me. I support people that have been supporting me. And I'm really big on reciprocation. There was times where I was doing my events. I may have paid you part of your money to book you and then the other part at the end of the venue. Yeah. Right?
I never not got paid.
Exactly.
You do good business.
Exactly. And not only that, you never hounded me throughout my event to come pay you.
No.
It was never, so why would I do that now?
Yeah. You'd be surprised. Like people forget, but see, the type of person I am and you are that way too. You don't do stuff for the get back.
Right.
So I'm not doing this so that later on, cause who can really, I will say I'm pretty certain you were going to make it in whatever aspect you fully focused in, because you just had that hustle about you. Like I remember, going from work, coming straight from work to Quantum Beats to record.
People don't know that, man.
But it's crazy. That's why I talk about the new entrepreneurs, these new influencers. Social media made it so easy. Everybody can just pick up a phone and I'm that person.
Right.
But they don't realize you here today in 2023, but you started in
I started in 2009.
And see, they don't see that.
Right.
They don't see the grind. The I'm working a full-time job, going to the studio, throwing my own parties, selling my own, like literally pressing up your own merch, right? Like at the house.
Exactly. And a lot of times when people talk to me about that, I just kind of smile, right? Because the way I respond to life and the way that you respond to life is going to be different because life humbled me early. You afraid to fall. I've already failed before. I know how the ground feels.
Fell, got up,
Exactly.
fell again,
So
got up.
you can't unlearn the experiences that I've had, right? Once you've experienced a certain level of pain and betrayal and letdowns from people, it gets to a place where you now, I know how people rock. You know what I mean? So I'm good. I ain't afraid of nobody walking away. I ain't afraid of nobody saying this. I ain't afraid of failing. A lot of those people, they respond the way that they do, and they run after certain things because they feel like it's going to come to an end. Me and my source, it never ends.
Is always something.
Yes.
So when we talk about support, like I remember, even as an artist, but to now, is it different from artist to speaker and just influencer as a whole, getting that support? Because with an LGBTQ artist, you may not have gotten the support from like the men. Just everybody want to be a thug, so I can't support Street Poet.
Right.
But now they're sharing your videos, they're liking it, they're buying the merch.
I can't say that though. Right. The difference between me and everybody else is I've had favor since I've been 15. Since leaving Rock Hill, coming to Columbia with a GED, getting the GED, going back, everything in my life aligned the way that it was supposed to be able to teach me the lessons that I needed in order for me to be the person that I am now. When I came out here and I was doing music and we were doing unsigned hype, right? I was an LGBT host. I was the only, and I made it dope in Columbia for LGBT artists and straight artists to be in the same venue. I made it okay and cool for all of us to hang out. So you had BJ Cash at a street party. You had LeBron at a street party. You had Boss G up in a street party. Lily Badass in a street party. VA the Boss Chick. All of these people who were big and were straight, I don't care what street got going on, I'm coming there. Yeah. Why? Because she's going to pack it out. It's going to be people there, and that was always my support. So, my problem was never like the community itself supporting me and rallying around me. It was just the DJs.
Damn DJs. God damn.
Yeah, it was just
it was hard for, but not speaking. So DJs and radio personalities. Yeah. So put them all in a box together.
Especially Joe Black.
Oh Lord,
especially him.
We gonna say names.
But he was the worst with it. Like,
really?
Yeah, no matter how dope my song was, no matter how mastered it was and whatnot, not his exact words to Venom, and I quote, because this is what she said directly to me, was that the world is not ready for an LGBT artist. Yes, she's good, but they not ready to accept that. So what I had to do on my song Fool Up in order to get it played on 100.1 The Beat is I had to put Freddie G's on there, who happens to be close with Frosty at the time. Frosty would have never played my song if Freddie G's wasn't on it.
You don't think so?
Nah.
So you clearly that was calculated. Like put all these people in there. You don't have no choice. And then from there you put out individuals and they supported after?
The only person that supported my music, that promoted my music, that played my music was Neek on 103.9, and that's everything that she did. DJ Fatboy, DJ Puff, Vonyetta on Power 98. You know what I'm saying? All of you guys I never had a problem with, but the male DJs, the other ones, nah.
All of the big names.
Yeah,
nope.
And even Louis V, me and Louis V, before he started out, you remember he was in the studio with me. He was at Quantum Beats. He was an online DJ. He didn't have the credentials that he have right now.
And stuff
he didn't have all that going on then. He was in there asking for street poet music.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did he support once he got on, or he kind of like did what all the other guys do?
No, I can't say that. I think that once he got on, it was like, he still, when he was around in this area, he still supported and whatnot. Okay. But as he grew up and I grew up, I started doing my own thing. He was doing his own thing, and he was more in Atlanta than he was here. So it was a little bit different.
Yeah. And see, that's crazy that Joe would say that, because like me as a DJ, I never felt it was my place to say they're not ready for you. I don't speak for everybody.
Right.
And I mean, if you look at it right now, granted, this is years later, but you look at Saucy Santana.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not for everybody, but the fan base he has is crazy.
Yeah.
So imagine a DJ saying, "Man, they not ready for you," but these millions are. I mean,
yeah.
Like, how you gonna say that? So that's just, I mean, but you know what, karma. I always leave it at karma.
It's always that
the trajectory of everybody's career from then to now. So I know you have like your manager and your wife, shout out to
Yes.
Mahogany, that's been down from
Yes.
day one, clearly.
Right.
Other than that, do you have like a large team or y'all still do everything like in-house?
Nah, I really don't. It's me, honestly, it's me and my wife.
Wow. See, that's, boy, when you find a good one.
Well, it's me and my wife. Josh works for me. He's my, like I said, he's my tech guy and my manager. He makes sure that everything gets handled on the back end, make sure that everything is taken care of. But me up building brands, making t-shirts, traveling the world, doing everything that I do with her. That's the only reason why I'm upset with her working. I feel like if I have the luxury of being able to travel the world and I ain't got to answer to nobody, I don't really like that. I don't like her answering to nobody neither. I tell her every morning, you can quit if you want to.
Whenever you ready.
Whenever you
it's
ready.
on you.
Yeah, you can quit if you want to. You know what I
That's
mean?
a
We good
blessing.
now, but you gotta look at the situation. Just like you say, when you hit me up, it was no hesitation, right? It was no hesitation at all about was I gonna come or not. My loyalty runs that way with her as well. I don't care what nobody say. Some people may feel like, oh yeah, well, this is your money, your brand, your stuff. This is what you do. She's not a speaker, but you have to see the stress and the anxiety and the work and all the other stuff that comes behind what I do that she's there for.
Yeah. And not only that, you just said promotions. Like this is 13, 10, at least 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
She was out there passing out flyers.
Working every door.
That's
every
not
door.
no overnight. That's not, I just met you last year and I put you half on everything. That's different.
Right.
That's,
and my loyalty is set up different.
So when did you start monetizing what you're doing now? Like the speaking, the just everything? Because I know the music was different. I mean,
music was different. I'm gonna tell you, like, this is funny, right? This is so funny. God had to fire me from 2 jobs. I ain't gonna lie. Well, I'll tell you why. Because I was used to working.
You wasn't gonna quit.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna quit. So I was so used to working and so used to getting that bag and then doing music and doing videos and whatnot. I was so used to it that it was just like, look, this is what I know. The first one, it was heartbreaking. Felt like I had gave him 13 years. I'm like, I've been here every day. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. How you gonna just tell me that you don't want me no more? Right? No real reasons, never been wrote up, never been suspended, no nothing, but I'm out the door. I got to figure out what I'm going to do at this point. Okay, well, call my mom. My mom's a reverend, y'all. Yeah, I'm telling you. So she's like, well, I've been all nonchalant. She like, well, you got a good work history, so you finding another job won't be a problem. That was her answer to me. I'm freaking out about not having a job.
Really what I want to hear right
now.
I want to be mad with me.
Yeah, be upset with me. So that was her rebuttal. We hung up, and that was on a Monday. By Friday, I had 7 different job offers.
Wow.
Right? She ain't surprised. She,
Come through, mama.
Yeah,
time number 2 here. Go ahead.
She's like, whatever. So then I decided to take another job. But this time it was different because, again, remember what I told you in the beginning. You can't unfeel or unlearn something that you've already experienced. I lost that job for 13 years. I felt what that pain felt like to be betrayed by somebody that you were that loyal to. Right? So now I'm in this position at this particular job. And while I'm there, I'm going every single day. I'm working the job, doing all this and that or whatever. Then they decide that they're going to start downsizing. Right? So at this moment, all my videos are going up. I'm now officially on TikTok all the time. And I go in and I'm making videos. The video's going viral every day. I'm talking about less than 24 hours. You got like 1 million views. It's going crazy. So I walk in and they said, well, we're going to downsize. I said, well, y'all go ahead and do whatever y'all got to do.
I don't even care at this point.
At this point, I didn't care, right? But me still not knowing the gift that I was carrying.
Yeah.
Right? I was just speaking about faith. It's just like, all right, do what y'all got to do. Well, you can either make these videos or you can work here. Oh, okay, well, y'all need me to pack my desk up today? So starting packing up my desk, and as I'm walking out, they said, can you come back in? So I come back in the office and they said, well, we're going to pay you not to talk about us on social media. The check that they gave me was enough for me to survive and pay all of my bills for the remaining 6 months of that year. Then HR turned around and said, this is not going to be a termination. This is a layoff because we're downsizing. And at that time, unemployment was $500 and $600 a week. So now I'm automatically receiving my unemployment. Plus I got this
lump sum.
Yes, this lump sum as well. Plus I have the vacation time and all the everything. Because I was a manager. I wasn't a regular worker. So now I'm set up. So what I do is I'm not even out the door yet. But this is how things move when you align yourself with God and in the life that he has set up for you. When you start operating out of purpose. So now I'm getting all my stuff together. Got my lump sum, got all my extra money here. The guy walked in that used to work for me at the other job. And he said, "Hey, Street, did you ever get your 401k money from over at the other job?" I said, "Nah, I had counted it as a loss because I didn't know the password, didn't know how to get into it. I was no longer at the job." I said, "Nah, I never got it." He said, "Hold on, let me show you something." In 7 minutes, I had $35,000 in my account.
Oh my gosh. Look at God.
I walked out of that job with all of that. I went to Hobby Lobby. I bought me a press machine. And I started pressing my shirts. I got me a logo made, and I was making crazy money just pressing shirts, just making making my own shirts. So I was doing that and making videos, and then I got the notification from TikTok in 2020, and they was like, "Hey, look, you're good for the the monetizing as far as your live videos, and you can be a part of the creator fund." I started running that, man. I was going live. First time I'm going live, I'm thinking, okay, this is a new platform. It ain't gonna be like Facebook, because I'm booming on Facebook at this moment. I go on TikTok live, and it's like 25,000 people.
Wow.
"We remember you from Facebook. Oh my God, we've been looking for you. I deactivated my Facebook because of this, and that. And now you on TikTok." And before you know it, I was doing $300 and $400 from live videos on TikTok,
Just
per video.
And it's just stuff that you feeling. It's advice that people need to hear. It's just life. Like it's nothing forced. It's nothing.
Nah. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about until I'm on there.
Wow.
Sometimes I don't know what I'm gonna talk about until I'm there, and sometimes I may study for something, and it's just an online life coaching class that I'm giving to them. Everything that I talk about is basically it's real life. It's about stuff that we experience every day. And I actually went viral for the first time, which actually started this snowball effects, which was July of 2017 on Facebook. I was just venting about how I felt. And I woke up and it was 6 million.
Wow.
And from that, everybody started asking for more videos. And I kept dropping the videos. I get to TikTok. They start paying me for the videos. And then, you know what I mean? Once everything started rolling, I got the notification from Facebook. And they're like, "Hey, yo, your account is monetized." And then Instagram, you're monetized. And then we set up the Patreon. And then
Everything
YouTube
monetized.
Like, you're monetized. And before you know it,
if you see it, I'm getting paid from it.
Yeah. Before you know it, that's exactly what it was. If you see it, I'm definitely getting paid from it.
Wow. But I love it because, like you said, it's a passion.
Yeah.
When you move like that, it's not, it's organic. So I feel like people could tell that from you versus some of the coaches that you might see on social media. It's like, I'm trying to make this page. I'm trying to be a coach. And not all of them. Like, I like Wallow too, right? Like, I feel like Wallow got a real good story. Like, and he's just genuinely, he's dope. Just make videos, right? And that's how I look at you. Like, I'm just talking to y'all about everyday life. I'm not trying to belittle you. I'm not trying to make you feel. I'm not trying to also sell you nothing. You're one of the few people that don't sell everything. Because look at some of the influencers. Like, I'm going to give you this, and then I want you to go buy this course. And then I want you to go buy this book. And after you buy the book, I'm going to give you a little bit of the book. You got to go buy the extended version of the book that's on the ether.
We don't do none of that. I do a mental health support group every Thursday inside my Patreon. They subscribe to that. My live videos are free. They on the platform. All you have to do is if you're going to send a badge or you're going to send a gift, that's at your own discretion. That's if you feel like it. The only thing I ask my supporter to do is watch the videos, share the videos, interact with the videos, and allow these major companies to pay me so that I can continue to help you create a better version of yourself.
Is it a lot, like a full-time job being a creator at this point?
Yes, it is.
So like, get up, I got a plan, I got to shoot.
You know what? It's a full-time job. I wake up, and everybody may be different, right? For me, I wake up at 5 a.m. I'm up at 5 a.m. and I don't have nobody that I'm reporting to, right? I get up at 5 a.m. though because I feel like I got to pray. I got to pray. I got to meditate. I got to go through my affirmations, and my affirmations are not empty. I don't say that I'm worthy and don't feel like I'm worthy. Yeah. I don't say that I can do this and then walk out the door and then all of a sudden I feel like I'm not. So I have to wake up and I have to wake me up, And so once I do that, I'm up and I'm at the gym. I have on an hour of motivational speaking in my ear. I have an hour of ministry in my ear before I do anything, before I interact with anybody, text anybody, talk to anybody. I'm already in my zone. By the time you guys see me at 11 o'clock and I'm on live, it's because I've been in that spiritual realm for at least 4 hours already. That's why there's so much energy and so much passion. And it's like, why do I feel like she's right here with me? It's because I've been in that realm for about 4 or 5 hours before you even got up.
You just rolling over, and I done didn't.
Yeah.
3-4 hours worth of work.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of time that's how my day goes. So at 11 o'clock, I'm normally, once my lives are over, then my life is done for that day. As far as my social media life, my lives is up. My shorts are already pre-recorded. Whatever I'm gonna do on Monday, I record on Sunday, and I do it just like that. So I'm never behind in that. And then I shut everything on Thursday after I do my mental health support group. Friday and Saturdays are my days, but I mean that's been taken over now because I'm always booked. So I normally fly out on Friday, return back home on Sunday. But I mean, that's my life right now.
So that's every day though. So what
Every
do you
day.
do for fun? Like, you got to make time for you and family, right?
This is fun.
Well, of course.
Yeah. When you do what you love, it's fun. When you show up every day, let me tell you what my best moments is when I'm online and I have people on there and they like, that's my coach. Man, I had somebody text me on my way coming here and they sent me a screenshot of a thread of a group that I'm not even in. And they were like, this girl is live right now. Her name is Street Poet. If you're going through anything, you need to go follow her. She's on TikTok live right now. That fuels me. That's, you know what I mean? And I'm like, who is this? They was like, girl, we don't know who she is. You in a room that you're not in right now, but you in that room. And it's weird because I just said that on Facebook. I said, I trust and believe that God is going to place me in rooms that I don't even know about yet. Yeah. And it's a prime example. So it's like
but it's already happening.
Yeah.
We talked to a friend and like you said, you end up on like Omega Sci-Fi's homepage and you end up on
yeah.
Like y'all didn't even ask me to post this, but go ahead and post it then.
And that's how I am about stuff too. The only thing that I be asking, it's just like if you're gonna, especially for big content creators and people that are already moving and shaking, if you're gonna use my audio or use my videos, period, you know what I mean? At least credit it me, at least, tag me in it and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? And show me that love too, because even with Derek Jackson, you see the way I did him.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, like don't do me like that.
The crazy, if they don't, you don't even have to say anything. I mean. Beehive,
yeah. You know what?
Street Hive, they coming for you like
man,
poor
shout out
Derek,
my
poor
supporters,
Stoney,
man.
and
listen, they don't play. And some of them have never even met me in person, but my supporters are worse than the Beehive sometimes. If they got time. And they always
they
have
gonna make time.
And baby, they will make you deactivate your account. They will not play. They in your inbox. They in your comment section. They do not play about me. Clearly. And when you using my sound, you using my image or anything, and you are not crediting me, the first thing that they're gonna say is, "Hold up, that's my coach. Hold up, that's my coach. Why you didn't give her credit for it? Hold up, that we know who this is." You know what I mean? They don't
because
care.
we saw the little video. It was your voice, but under their name, it said original audio. It didn't say Street Poet. It didn't say. Wait a minute. God damn it!
Yeah,
give me my credit.
Give my credit.
How does that? Does that matter? You get paid for the audio too?
Yes, we get. The thing about it is we get paid for that. We get credited for when people use our sounds, when people use our stuff online. So whenever you are sharing the video, it gives you that option if you want to remix it or not, and that's fine. You can. I don't mind you using my stuff. I just be wanting to be credited for it. So because the thing about me is you got to understand, this is how I keep my prices low for my everyday people. Right? So if I let the big companies pay me through the views and the interactions on this social media platform, then I can keep my Patreon at $5 and $10 for you guys to subscribe. And I'm giving you full classes in there. I'm giving you a whole mental health support group in there. I'm giving you discounts off of my apparel in there. I'm giving you front row seats to my speaking engagements because I'm live when I'm doing it. All these are perks for just simply being in the Patreon. So I'm able to keep those prices the way that they are. If you guys are watching the videos, sharing the videos, and by allowing these corporations to pay me instead of my people.
And you can do that for free. Just
for
tag
free.
me. Just
That's
share
it.
it.
Just-
Just
that's
don't
it.
steal it. Then if you a coach already,
Yeah.
like the one that did it, you're already a coach. You probably got around about the same followers or even more.
Oh yeah,
and it's like,
Stormy is over 1 million.
and so why steal from you? And we talked about it. It goes back to like the artists. Like how many big name rappers steal from, the random artist that's in Alabama that they think nobody's gonna know and they think it's gonna fly under the radar. So I think that's probably, in my mind, that's how I saw it. It may not be how she meant it.
When I talked to her about it, like, because my people, like I said, they went into the inbox, they went into the comment section. When I spoke with her about it, basically she let me know that somebody on her team created the video and that she just posted it. And so once she done that, you know what I mean, she started following me. At that moment, I followed her back. She edited her caption to put in, this is Street Poet Sound. And like I said, ever since then, she and I have been interacting with each other, supporting each other's stuff. Like, she'll put me in her story, I'll put her in my story, and we found out we both were Pisces and stuff like that. And so, like, the relationship is a little bit different. And
so she handled it. She fixed it.
Yeah. She handled it. Like, a lot of people thought that she wasn't going to handle it that way and had even said, oh, well, don't worry about it because she's not. But she was completely opposite of what they said that she would be.
Got you. And speaking of that, so like she said, somebody put it up from her team.
Right.
How important is it for you to keep control over your, like, do you hit post on what's going out or do you let somebody else handle it? Because then you run the risk of that.
I post all my own stuff. I create my own content. I post my own content because if anything happens, that's going to...
It's a lot of influencers that quick to place blame.
Yeah.
It's always my team did it. I remember when, the young lady, she had a crush on the baby. I can't remember her name now, but she put out an ebook. The whole book wasn't hers.
B. Simone.
Yeah. The whole book wasn't hers. It's like, oh, man, my team did it. How your team put out a whole book?
But she put out a whole book and said that her team did it. But then she turned around and posted another video, which I got on her about because she was saying something about why y'all always want credit.
Because it's mine. What?
I said, what is this lady talking about? She was like, yeah, y'all always want credit for this and real credit for that. If a person does the work for something, then they deserve credit for it. What are you talking about?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, man. Like, I got a whole video on my page about that.
See, that's one thing. You don't mind going in on somebody.
Oh, no. I don't mind that at all.
Did anybody, like, come back? Y'all go
yeah,
back
man. It went viral too.
Derek Jackson.
Yeah.
But
Everybody that I said something to, they came
and
back.
look at that karma on that. I told you karma.
Like,
handle it.
one of the things I'm not afraid to do is rock the boat. I'm not afraid to rock the boat. I don't try to fit in with everybody. I don't try to be what everybody else wants to be. A lot of times, when they see they going out, they get all dressed up and made up to go to these different speaking engagements. I purposely do not speak when I'm doing my speaking engagements. I don't want makeup. You know why? Because I sweat so much. Okay. And because when I'm up there, I'm going to give you the best of me.
Yeah.
And
I don't want that to prevent it.
I don't want you to be distracted by that. I want you to hear what it is that I'm...
Your eyelash falling, you can't focus.
I want you to hear it and focus in on the message. Yeah. That I'm... So, yeah, I don't try to fit in with nobody.
That's dope. But that's always been you. Like, you've lived out your own thing. So, to be honest, I was shocked when I started seeing you wear makeup. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. You know what? The thing was, it was like I was starting to find myself again. Before everything, I was always this person that was just a tomboy. I love makeup. I love long hair. I love all these different things. But then once my thyroid and stuff went out, it caused me to gain so much weight that it felt more comfortable dressing more masculine than it did dressing more feminine. And as I started to work on my weight and get it down to what I wanted it to be, like I said, D the artist, me and him linked up. I said, hey, I want to get my makeup done. He was blown away at that time. He's trying to figure out, wait a minute, you want to get your makeup done? At that time, he working in the mall. And I said, yeah, I want to get my makeup done. But at the same time, this is one thing that I think about men. And this is why I said I can't rock with certain men. Because a real man is going to see beauty no matter what you have on. A real man is going to see past all the baggy clothes. They're going to see past all this. Like, wait a minute, that's a gem right there. A man that's faith-based, I got to see your face. You know what I mean? That ain't what you want anyway, because he going to be in competition with you.
The minute you take that makeup off.
Exactly. So at this time, he was eager to do my makeup. He's like, yeah, come on. So I get to the mall, and we do it, and it's been up since then.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Like
Thank you.
it's beautiful. I didn't know you. So you've always been so confident. Like I would have never guessed that. You had a little bit of insecurity.
Oh yeah, man. I that was like one of my biggest things, man. I did not like being overweight. But, it came to a point where it was something that I just could not control because it'll cause you to gain weight. It'll cause you to lose weight. You know what I mean? It just had that type of effect on me. You know what I mean? And so, like, and it's even something that I battle with today, like just like trying to maintain a good, healthy weight. So that's the reason why I'm always going to the gym. I always go to the gym and stuff like that. My weight don't bother nobody but me. Everybody else, they don't care. Especially my wife. She don't care at all. Yeah. Like, she just...
But that's how it always is. Like it's our insecurities, nobody else.
Yeah, you would never know. But
I think everybody is looking. If it's something that I'm a little
you feel like everybody's looking. Like when I got ready to do my birthday this year, that's the first time that I ever dressed feminine in 26 years.
Wow.
So as we getting ready for it, we tripping. Me and D, we tripping. He's doing my makeup, and we sitting over there. I walk in the house. And he's like, getting ready to do my makeup and stuff, right? And he's ready to talk to me like how we normally talk, because me and D, we cuts up. So he's ready to laugh and joke and talk junk, like, come on here, streeter. Like, this is what, because he calls me streeter for whatever reason, I don't know. But this is what he's saying, right? Then I walk in, he's like, wait a minute.
Who is this?
You look like a girl. His exact words was, you look like a girl. He's so distracted at this point. Me getting my makeup done took over an hour.
Oh, Lord.
Because now we're looking, he's like, the girl's girling, like it's too much going on here. You know what I'm saying? It was a wonderful experience being able to be that vulnerable and be that feminine and really be able to step back into that and, you know what I'm saying, have that energy. And I loved it. I was
going to ask you, how did you feel that night?
It was amazing. And I think the best part was once I post everything online, and it was just like nothing but amazing feedback. A lot of times people ask me, they was like, well, how does your community feel, knowing you this way, and then now you're this way? And the amazing thing is they never cared.
I said, why do you have to be in the box?
Yeah, they never really cared. I never had to deal with any backlash. I never had to deal with anything like that. Like, my people, they're going to support me no matter what. I go to speaking engagements all over the place. And when I walk in, the first couple of rows is always LGBT.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah, that's a supportive community, though. So I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
So that one, you got like great comments.
Man.
So I know all the comments just day to day can't be friendly or great. I'm sure you can have a couple trolls. Yeah. How do you deal with that?
You know what? The thing is, if I have trolls, it's only on live videos where you can't stop it.
Okay.
Right. And so I have mods that come in, moderators, and what they do is they block them. They start blocking them. But for the most part, I don't catch any negativity in my comment section. I don't catch any flack from different people and stuff like that. Not really ever.
Oh, that's dope.
And then, also too, sometimes it's way too many comments for me to go and read everybody's comments. And if it is a lot of comments or people going back and forth in the comment section, most of the time they arguing with each other. They don't be arguing with me.
That's true.
Yeah,
they
so
love to do
it's
that.
weird. And my wife is really funny acting too. So like if she has time, she'll argue with people. She'll go back. Yeah, if she sees something in there, like somebody be like, oh, I love her. She'll be like, I love her too.
You don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch yourself.
Yeah. Stuff like that. She's funny, but yeah. Other than that,
but she understands it's part of the job too.
Yeah,
of course.
she does.
I mean, she got to be used to it at this point.
Sometimes I think they just catch her a little bit off guard. Like you didn't like one too many pictures. You know what I mean?
I done seen you post the same thing 13 times. Gone.
Yeah. But for the most part, she be chilling. But she'll say something every now and again. And yeah, like I said, if she catch anybody on something other than that, then that's when she'll respond.
If they are, you just go ahead, block and get them out of here. I ain't going back and forth with y'all.
Yeah,
because why are you here? Like, if you don't like me, why are you here? But I think sometimes with you guys, I think the negative. So say if like the shade room posts you, right? The negative comments will come from their followers, like for some reason feeling like you shouldn't be, and then they'll come on your page because they really want you to see it. And then but other than that, just you day to day, I don't see people, having a need to be leaving stuff. Because why are you here? Like, you giving me that much energy? You might need coaching.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that at the end of the day, that's what they're going to get from me, right? Because I think that for you to stop what you're doing to come and interact with me on a negative level, that means that you're neglecting your own business. And the only thing that I'm going to do is redirect you.
Yeah.
Right?
I offer personal coaching
Yeah,
because clearly we need to talk.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
why are you using your time out of your day to say something bad about somebody you claim you don't like? That?
Yeah, I don't even vibrate on them frequencies, friend.
I love the fact that you said like you get paid from the company, so that way I can give to my people for the lowest that I can possibly do it for. How many coaching sessions and like how many of those a week do you pretty much engage in?
Oh
Like,
my
ridiculous.
God.
So your day does not end at 11 because clearly
No. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I provide life coaching, and it's over 200 people that I provide life coaching for. Wow. So I do life coaching Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and it starts from 2 to 6. And then on Thursday, inside my Patreon, it's almost 600 people in there. So inside the Patreon, I have a mental health support group, and 1 week I have an open floor, and I allow them to ask questions, and then I do all the answering, and I give them account buddies for people that's just now starting their self journey to try to stay motivated and on top of things. I give out homework assignments and all types of stuff because working on yourself is a daily process. And then on the other, it's like every other day they do every other week they do that. And then on the other 2 weeks I actually teach a full class, a whole hour of nothing but teaching.
Wow.
So, like, you know what I mean? And I'm able to do that stuff because, like I said, I tell them I need them in the Patreon. It's there. I tell them that I need y'all online supporting the live videos. They're there. And one of my people, she came back. She said, Coach, I tell you what, you got the cheapest Patreon I've ever seen. Everybody else's Patreon is like $40 and $50. How in the world? And I was like, because number one, their source is different, right? Everybody's source is different. Money is not my source. My source is the divine. It's God. Right. And there's nothing that's off limits to me. I don't wake up and worry about what I'm going to eat, where I'm going to sleep, what I'm going to do. And back when I was 15 and starting out, that was my biggest thing. I remember standing in a house, and I was in a house when I was walking up and down the hallway. It was empty. Everybody was gone. I was the last person there. My sisters and brothers was in jail. My dad was in jail. My mom wasn't there. And I was like, I never want to feel what I feel right now. I don't never want to worry about where I'm going to sleep, what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to do. And now I'm in that situation where I don't have to worry about it.
That's a blessing. Mm-hmm. So I know you mentioned your mom wasn't there a couple times, but then y'all have a relationship now. Like y'all.
Yeah. We definitely we have a relationship now. We actually work. She's a minister. I'm a motivational speaker. So a lot of times when I am studying certain things, I can call her up and we'll talk about it. This past Thanksgiving, I put together a whole Thanksgiving for my family, and I brought everybody together, including my grandmother, and it was an amazing breakthrough. Everybody kind of understands what it is that we're doing as a family and how important it is for us to move as a unit. And since Thanksgiving all the way up until now, everything has been on the up and up. Everybody's, making different strides.
Oh man, that is amazing. I know your son was, of course, all in. But how was it with your mom when, you choosing your sexuality and just what you want to do with your life? How was that being that she's a reverend?
I actually brought my mom to Christ. Right.
Wow.
So one of the things is I've been in church my whole life. Like my whole entire life. Bishop Durham, God bless the dead, he used to have us in church all the time. So I was studying spiritual warfare, and I was like 13, 14 years old. I was spending a night in church, and I was 13 and 14 years old. These are things that was already instilled in me. So when I do motivational speaking, and they're like, oh, yes, she's a preacher, she's a minister. No, in tough times in life, what's in you is going to come out regardless of the fact, right? So at the end of the day, I speak the way that I speak because I was brought up in church. My mom wasn't around, so when she did come around, I invited her to church. And so then she became, a part of the church. For me, she knows and respects the reason why I'm not there. I'm not there because some of the church people that I was there with, they wasn't some real church people. Yeah. Right? I got my biggest heartbreak in church. Wow. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this on the outside of here. As far as my sexuality, she don't care. Yeah. She's never cared. She's never, my mom, man, you could go to my mom's house right now. She's still cooking fatback and some cornbread, some greens and all of that. She's not that type of, she's an amazing preacher. But like, as far as her having that judgmental spirit and trying to control what everybody does, she's not on all of that.
That's good. Cause that's what drives a lot of people, especially our age, from the church. So
she ain't on all of that.
So I know Rock Hill, you don't go back, of course, didn't go back. But when you were coming up as an artist, coming up as even a motivational speaker, like we always got those people, family, whether it be somebody you grew up with, a friend. Hey, I remember I did this.
Yeah.
Like, would you come back and speak at the school, or would you come back and they get an invoice?
I get, you know what? I get calls and I get messages from cousins that I didn't know was my cousin, and I get requests for money for things that they wouldn't normally request money from me. I get, all types of stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's always no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't get an invoice from me.
Not even a comment at the end of the no, huh?
They don't
period.
they don't even get an invoice from me. Like I said, my soul is not for sale. And this year is the year of reciprocation. I'm only giving and pouring into people that are giving and pouring into me.
I was gonna say, I know we talked about it, but I'm certain you get a lot of requests from just everybody here, Rock Hill, just in general. Like, can you do this? Can you do this? And always. It's like, if I answered yes to everybody, I wouldn't have enough time for me. But also, they didn't support you.
You didn't support me. Yeah, it's a lot of people regretting that right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But they can't say that I did not warn them. Because in 2020, I dropped a video and I said that it was a lot of y'all that played with me this year. And I promise you're going to feel it in your chest. And here we are, 2023, and your chest a little heavy. Yeah. Shoulders heavy. That's me.
They can't hit that phone, can't hit that inbox for nothing.
Nah.
Get that no period.
Exactly. Once you show me how you rock with me, I'm not going to give you another opportunity to paint me 1,000 pictures.
Yeah, it's too late. I needed you then, not now. That's dope. So what's the end goal? Not even end goal, but what's your overall goal for your ministry now and the messages that you send, just the way that you do it? What do you hope to end up at or get?
I really don't have a final destination, right? Because I'm so dedicated to learning that I feel like this is something that I'm learning and I'm picking up new things every day. But my overall goal is to touch as many people as possible and to be as effective in everybody's life that I encounter. Like when I come in, I want to be the good energy. When you see me, like people run from the title role model, I run towards it. Because I take pride in trying to make the right decisions all the time. Yeah. And I don't try to hide it when I don't. If I mess up, then I want people to know that it's okay for you to mess up. It's okay for you to fall. It's okay for you to make mistakes. That just makes you human, right? But understand that the problem come in is when you lay there too long, right? Feel what you're going to feel and what's next.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm living. That's where I'm at. And, I can do what I'm doing right now. I can do this to the day that I die.
Yeah. Do you have any regrets along the way? Like from, left Rock Hill, Laroy to now? Like, do you have anything that you would do different, or it's like, I could have did this a little? But I mean, I don't feel like you've done anything that didn't align. But
as far as regrets, no. And I can say that, like, people be like, oh yeah, everybody got regrets. I don't have any regrets because my mindset have shifted. Right? Back when I had that broken thinking, it would have been regrets. I wish I would have did this, or I wish I would have done that. Now, with me being aligned with my purpose, I understand that everything that I'm doing was strategically planned. So now, even with my mentality of thinking that I wanted everything, I don't even want everything. I just want what's assigned to me.
Yeah.
So I don't compare myself to other people. I don't compare myself to other people's success. I don't watch what other people do. You know why? Because of the simple fact of, if you carry the spirit of comparison, that spirit triggers the spirit of insecurities.
That's true.
And that spirit of insecurities triggers that spirit of inadequacy. So you looking at what somebody else is doing and how they're living, now you start to think less of yourself because you feel like you're not measuring up to their standards.
You know what? You just described social media. That's Instagram. I hate to say it, but I have a 19-year-old niece, and I'm gonna send her some of your videos too, because it's like a day to day. We're seeing, okay, and I respect you, especially as an influencer, not only because I know you, but you don't show cars and the private planes and the houses and the monies and trying to influence your people to give you money because of that. No. But everybody else is doing, and then it's just like, okay, you have these teenagers, these young women or even young men, and they see that, and it's like, now I feel like I'm not doing enough because I don't have that. They don't even have that. They rented it.
Exactly. And what happens is, when you allow that spirit of inadequacy to come into play and you're comparing yourself to everybody, now you're feeling as though you're a failure in life. You're not measuring up. And then we wonder why they're depressed and they're stressed out and why they feel like they don't matter is because we're not teaching them this early, right? So I don't carry that type of spirit. I don't get into that. I don't want every audience. I just want the audience that's assigned to me.
I like that.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, I want what's designed for me, what has my name on it. And, you know, and if God says, well, I want you to have everything, I'll welcome that. But I'm not forcing anything. I'm attracting.
Yeah, that's facts. You need to be in the schools teaching these. I know this comes with 40 plus years of your living, but these girls need to hear this because, like, I hate, you know, and that's why I started SheSoDope. It's like we see the Kim Kardashians and at this point, list them. The influencers and it's like it's like the Barbie. Like we see this Barbie and it's like I want to be the Barbie.
Yeah,
but you don't have the money, you don't have and now you feel bad because you can't be that.
And it's a bad situation too because when they looking at the influencers and they have all this designer stuff and all this, even with the celebrities, you see them with the designer bags, taking trips to places that they can't pronounce, driving these foreign cars and have all these things, and then what? They still commit suicide. They still depressed. They still stressed out. They live in their whole entire life feeling like I can't really love you because you must want something from me. You look at me like I'm money. And that's their mentality because now they're looking like everybody is out to get them, right? And that's the reason why I'm not obsessed with money like that. I feel like, you know, when it's that love of it, it's okay to have money. You know you need money. You know you have to pay bills and take care of certain things and whatnot. But at the same time, that can't be your main motivation.
It can't with a purpose. You got to have a purpose.
Right. You have to.
I tell people, especially in entrepreneurship, I tell people if your sole reason for doing something is money, like that's why you're doing it, why not go get a job?
Right.
What's the difference?
As an entrepreneur, that's some good advice right there because, baby, it's going to be some times when you're going to be working and it's going to be a while before you see a check or a while before you see certain things. But one thing that I will say, though, is that I'm a firm believer in working harder on yourself than you do on anybody's job.
Absolutely. And I was going to say that when you talked about the 2 jobs that fired you. So imagine if you put that same effort for those 13 years into your own brand. Nobody can take that from you. It's yours.
And keep in mind, that's what I done, right? So then when you force me in a position where I have to solely focus on me and my gifts and what it is that I do, look what I'm doing now.
Look at God.
Right.
So I told when I left work, I said, okay, if I can do what I've done in 4 hours a day, because I would typically about 6 p.m. to whenever I fell asleep, so maybe 5 hours a day. Mm-hmm. That's what I accomplished whatever I did in that time frame. So I was like, imagine if I had a whole day.
Right.
What could I do? But it also takes discipline. And that's why I really respect what you said earlier. Like you have a schedule and you stick to it. Nobody's making you stick to the schedule. Mm-hmm. But you're able to do what you can do because you stick to that schedule. Right. And you're dedicated, consistent, but very you do it because you love it. So it's not work.
And it's weird because people that know me and they want to talk to me, they come to the gym.
Smart.
They see where I'm at. They like
what free
what time,
at the gym.
Yeah, what time it is? Oh, she at the gym. They come to the gym.
Y'all better get up at 5 o'clock. You try to catch her.
Yeah, you want to talk? I'm at the gym. Because it's going to require some effort on your behalf. You have to come to where I'm at.
But it's no different than you showing up at the spoken word event every night. Ain't a spot on the sheet yet. I'll be back next time.
I'll be back.
Persistent. Yeah. So that's dope, man. You got a lot of gems, and I'm gonna keep watching the social medias for them, and I'm gonna share and like so you can keep getting paid. And I'm gonna encourage other people to do so. But before we get out of here, though, I want to talk about the that's the part that makes money, and you love what you do. Granted,
right.
What about community? I know you do a couple events. That you give back.
Yes.
You don't just take. You giving.
Yeah. So, all the time.
What about what do we have going on?
Oh man, listen. My two biggest fundraisers, community service events. One is 100 Hoodies in the Hood, which is what we do for the adults in the park, the homeless. With that, I give away hoodies in drawstring bags, and in those bags that have all the toiletries, everything that they need. They get a free meal. Well, normally we have 3 different hot meals out there for them. Not only that, we get out there, we play dodgeball, we play kickball, we hang out with them all day long, just because I want them to have that feeling of being important. Like somebody took some time out of their day for me. We don't pull up and just drop off food and we don't pull up and just drop off bags of clothes. Like, no, we have everything organized. I have the barbers out there cutting their hair for free. I have the people out there with the laptops, with the Wi-Fi. I'm getting them jobs, because see, we can't just feed you and leave you out here. So we get you over there
tomorrow.
Like, exactly. So we get them out there, you know what I mean? Get them registered with different agencies so they can get jobs. You know, all that, you name it, we do it. And we do that in November. We do 100 Kicks for Kids is what we do for the kids when they going back to school, providing them with physicals and book bags and sneakers and all of that. And I'm big on giving kids sneakers. So, and when we did the drive, man, I gave away Jordans. I'm talking about
no sketches over here.
No sketches, baby. We gave away $100 and $200 sneakers. I gave away A1s. I gave away, man, you know what I'm saying, polos, and I mean like it was a couple of pair of these Jones in there. Like, yeah,
the Concords.
They was walking in, and one of the ladies that was outside, she was like, "Oh, this probably gonna be something that nobody wants," and walked in. And mine was blown like, wait a minute, what? Listen, the thing is, I buy so many sneakers, right? I buy so many sneakers that I probably only wear once when I'm going to a speaking engagement, because they call me your favorite speaker in sneakers. So it's like, once I wear them, I'll normally put them in my closet. But then Mahogany won't let me buy any more shoes until I make room.
So found a way. You killed 2 birds with one stone.
There you go. So I'm like, okay, well, bet. So I loaded them all up. And then once I done that, my supporter was like, okay, well, you know what? If this is what you're going to do, we're going to help you. So they started sending me Cash Apps and Zelles and sending gifts and everything. Like, go buy more. And man, we ended up blessing everybody out there.
That's
amazing. It was amazing. It was big.
And that's just from the heart. Like, probably from your money too. Like, this is your money funding.
This is my money. Sponsor. Sometimes I go in the grocery store, like the other day. I go in the grocery store and I see somebody, I'm paying for whoever's behind me. Wow. You know, they get all of their groceries. Sometimes I'm in the mall and I see somebody, they might have 1 or 2 kids, and they like, no, you can get them tomorrow. You'll get them next week and whatnot. I know what that means. I'm like, hey, go ahead and get them. I'm going to pay for them. They blown away in that moment. You know, I've had several times when kids are like, are you serious? Yeah. Are you for real? You're going to really buy me these?
You really do that.
Yeah.
You know what? I respect that, but you know what I respect more about it? I never seen it. Mm-hmm. I don't see it on every time you do it, you're not recording it. That's even more amazing than the actual act to me.
I don't record every time we do something. If you see me and I post a picture, especially with somebody's kid, it's because the parent have asked me can you please take a picture?
But see, that says a lot, because that's not why you're doing it. And even when you said about the events, y'all not pulling up with the camera crew dropping the stuff off and leaving. So everybody at the event like, dang, she didn't even stay.
Yeah. No, we out there in the field. Yeah. We get in the field, and I try to make sure I take care of the kids as much as possible. I remember what it was like going to school, and you ain't had them type of sneakers, you know what I mean? So if I can start your school year off right, you can go in there, you know what I mean? You look good, you feel good, you perform well.
And that, you know what? And not only that, you got a supporter for life. Not the parent and the kid, because they gonna remember that forever. My first pair of Jordans came from Streetport.
Oh yeah. That's amazing. Especially when they come and they like they in there and they get in their shoes and they like, can you sign on this white part for me? You know what I'm saying? That's the dope part, right? Yeah. They like, can you come in? And I love it, man. I was out in Philly. I was just out in Philly for my birthday, and we pulled up to this restaurant. Funniest thing ever, because I'm used to running into people now. And we're getting out, and I had my first, I want to say Cardi B experience, y'all, because it was Cardi B-ish, okay? So we're pulling up to the restaurant, and I hear somebody, oh, they wilding out, Street Poet. We haven't even gotten out the car yet. And we get out, man, and they are outside the restaurant. I had said I was having my birthday dinner there, and they was outside the restaurant.
You made it, man.
It was amazing.
Made it. Like, you gotta accept that.
They was just shaking and crying, and they was just like, "Can we get some pictures?" And I'm like, "Yeah," like, you know what I mean. But I'm the same person online, offline, man. It's just
But that's why you've been blessed, and you're gonna continue to be blessed, because that's genuine. You doing everything you doing from the heart, and you doing it, from a place where you didn't have. So now I'm trying to give other people. And,
exactly.
And that's a blessing, man. I really appreciate you, because I know I didn't get an invoice. I might not need to say that, because I probably just pissed a couple people off who was willing to send the invoice.
Yeah. Because You definitely.
But it's really cool that like you really selective on what you want to do.
Right.
You know, and so keep being that way. Don't
for
move
sure.
for the check. I mean, you've been humble this long. You can pop your collar a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I do flex. I flex, you know what I mean? I just don't flex like how everybody else do.
Your flex is different.
My flex is a whole lot different. You know what I mean? They'll post their watches and their cars and whatnot. I just post numbers. I let you see what these numbers, men lie, women lie, these numbers don't. I mean, it's less than 28 days and I'm at 7 million on Facebook already.
Jesus.
And I still got days for these videos to do numbers. I'm at matter of fact, it's 7.3 million. I'm at 7.3 million.
Wow, in a month
on views. And the month ain't even over yet.
That's a blessing.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I ain't got to post no watches, no big cars, no this and that for you to know that I'm having. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hurting for nothing.
Yeah, it's real though.
Oh yeah,
them watches and cars, and it's $1,000 to rent a Bentley in Atlanta for a day.
Right.
You can rent a house literally to do a photo shoot.
Exactly.
So don't believe everything you see on social media. But you can't fake this though.
Yeah, you can't fake these numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't fake these numbers.
And not only the numbers, it's the impact you have on people.
Oh yeah,
you can't fake that.
Yeah,
like they telling you. You don't even have to say it no more.
Right.
They telling people.
Which is crazy. Which is crazy because I used to promote my my shirts all the time. I sell shirts, I make shirts, I do this. I get shirt sales every day without even promoting.
Don't say a word.
I don't say a word.
Bless.
Yeah. I go to my website sometimes. I'm posting on YouTube my videos and whatnot, and I got life coaching sessions, book. March 13th, I'm booked the whole entire time already. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't even have to say what I do. It's just they just automatically come. And it's crazy because my daughter, she says, she's only 6, right? She's only 6, and she's kind of getting used to the fact that people run up and talk to us when we're out. And she told me the other day, she said, well, Mama, I like being at your house because I know we're rich.
Come on, Mama.
I said, what? She was like, yeah, I know that we rich. I said, well, why do you say that? She said, because I was on YouTube and I was strolling through YouTube and I kept seeing all of your videos come on YouTube. So I said, everybody know my
that
mama.
Baby know what them numbers mean. Come on, Mama, let's go to the store.
Yeah. She is so funny. She is so funny. She does a lot. And then I told her that if she couldn't get something from Target, the baby doll out of Target, and she was like, well, didn't you go to that show in Atlanta? They didn't give you no money for that. she want that baby. I took her to get it. Get it after she
deserved it at that point. Like,
at that point, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you
gotta work for it though. Yeah. You gotta earn it too.
She gotta stop counting my pockets.
Yeah. Every time you left the house today, she probably like, all right, Mama be gone. I know I'm about to give me a toy.
Yeah, she looked forward to them dollies coming from Target and whatnot. So
dopeness. Well, keep the money coming for baby girl because she's counting on it.
Yeah, she is.
Well, I appreciate you, man. I really do. Let the people know, for anybody who clearly they've been under a rock, where can they find you on social media?
Yeah, my Instagram is streetpoet_1125. That's my Instagram and also my TikTok. My Facebook is Laroy S. Hall. My backup page is Laroy Hall by itself, right? My YouTube channel is She King Motivational Speaker. My Patreon is in the bio of each one of those pages.
Yeah. Follow, like, subscribe,
all that
share,
good stuff.
All of that.
All of that.
Appreciate you. She's so dope.